Well, welcome to wherever you are in the world. It is a historic day here at Energia Park in Dublin in Ireland. It's the first ever time the senior Chilean national rugby side are playing a game in Ireland, and it's Leinster, the home side, taking on Chile, Los Condores. Leinster, well, they've been in fine form in the United Rugby Championship. They've won all 7 of their games. They're the only unbeaten side in the United Rugby Championship this season. Chile, well, they've just amazed fans throughout the world since qualifying for the World Cup in July with that pulsating aggregate win against the United States. And since then, they won the America's Rugby Trophy, which were 2A games. They beat Canada 15 and Brazil 15. And then for the last 2 weeks, they've been based in Bucharest in the Arc de Triomphe Stadium, where they lost to Romania 30 points to 23, but were very competitive. And then last weekend, a hard loss against Tonga at 39 points to 10, but it was very tight after the first 35 minutes. I'm delighted to say I'm joined today by James Lowe, the current Irish winger with 15 caps. James, great to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me. It's an exciting prospect. You know, this game, Chile obviously preparing for a World Cup next year, and a very young, youthful Leinster side who boys are looking to impress. So the sun's out, can't complain about that.
And well, Leinster, in terms of their starting 15, from the game that they played against the Scarlets 3 weeks ago, only Thomas Clarkson, Rhys Ruddock, Liam Turner, Rob Russell and Chris Cosgrave retain their places. Cormac Daly from Clontarf and Conor Bloom of Tirrenia have been instrumental in their sides in the ARL this season. Cormac Daly, in fact, has scored 9 tries in the last 2 seasons. Watch out for him at lock. And Michael Milne as well, a loose head prop. He's been training with the national side. And also on the bench, watch out for Scott Penny, who has scored 24 tries so far for Leinster in 44 appearances. Colm Hogan is also rewarded today after playing very well for Trinity and Old Belvedere over the last 2 years, also scoring 9 tries in the process so far. And for the Chileans, well, they've got 9 changes from their side that lost to Tonga at the Arc de Triomphe in Bucharest. Martin Sigrin is the captain of the side and has around 25 caps. Pablo Vete, the number 4, and Ignacio Silva, the number 8, are both 33 and are the most experienced players in this lineup. Also, 3 players in their starting lineup, including Diego Varken, Clemente Armstrong, and Gaspar Maldero, have not played for Chile yet, but they are here with a purpose. It's an historic day, and James, the Chileans must be so excited to play here at Energia Park against the ruthless Leinster side.
Yeah, it's been you know, an interesting preparation with a lot of the Irish boys in camp at the moment and playing very, very well for Ireland, and a lot of these boys are getting a great opportunity against you know, a side that's recently just made it to the World Cup. So they're running out now. Obviously Liam Turner's been very, very good of late. He had a few injury problems coming out of pre-season, but rewarded with his captaincy. A bit of a leader, obviously, with a few of these younger boys. But, I mean, the likes of Rhys Ruddock is obviously a big voice in there. There's a few boys who made their debut against Scarlets, and Ben Brownlee and Charlie Tector. So it'd be good to see those boys get a few more minutes this week.
Referee today is Peter Martin, a young and upcoming ref. He's already officiated in the URC and the Heineken Cup. And he'll be joined by Andrew Cole and Robbie Jenkinsons on the sideline as well. Will be Leinster playing from right to left. Los Condores, Chile from left to right. And Peter Martin, the referee, is checking with his officials. It will be Charlie Tector to get us underway for Leinster. Peter Martin signals time on at Energia Park. It's Leinster versus Chile. And Ignacio Silva with the take, the number 8, 33 years of age, and it will be Herreros, the scrum off, to go for the hoist. It's well taken by Cosgrave. Chris Cosgrave has been good for UCD, and this is wonderful stuff by Leinster. Ruddock. Cormac Foley, and here's Milne, the loose head prop. 19 appearances for Leinster. Cormac Foley once more, Charlie Tector, Liam Turner, and Rob Russell, the TikTok dancer, and he lets it go. He's trying to find Andrew Smith, and Santiago Videla with the pickup. Herreros for Eichmann, Javier Eichmann, 7 takes in the line-out against Tonga at the weekend. And that's a penalty to Chile, and that's a good start for the Chileans, James.
It's been physical, hasn't it? Both sides showing early intent, obviously. A little bit disappointing, I think Rob Russell will feel, with Chile closing the fullback and him not being able to put that onto his left foot. But, I mean, I think the intent there in terms of physicality is definitely apparent.
So Diego Varkin is the youngest player in the Chilean side today, but he doesn't find touch, and it's taken by Andrew Smith. And you've got to watch out for this fella. Goes right around Armstrong. Liam Turner with the skip pass, and here's Robert Russell. A little tink over the top, but he'll be disappointed that time, Robert Russell.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean here by anything, by any stretch of the imagination, but 2 kicks, unfortunately, not going the way for Rob early on. You know, Andrew Smith, as you can see from just that stint there, he is absolutely electric coming off the 7th circuit. He's definitely someone to watch out for today.
So Chile, in the last 2 weeks, 17 from 24, returned from line-out against Tonga and Romania. Diego Escobar, and up goes Saavedra. And Herreros with the hoist. And Robert Russell in all sorts of trouble, but he's done well in the end. Running very laterally here, trying to get himself out of trouble, and that's what the TikTok dancer can do. His favorite pastime. And he has an opportunity for Los Condores. It's Diego Varkin. Herreros at the base, and it's competitive at the breakdown. Cormac Daly trying to come through for the turnover. And Chile will have the scrum.
Great work there. I think that was Brian Deeney at the ruck, coming through and disrupting, obviously the Chilean ruck there, and managing to get a turnover. Unfortunately, I think it's a knock-on there. First scrum to Chile.
Just the knock-on. It'll be interesting to see how the Chileans go at scrum time. In the past 2 weeks, 9 from 12 on their own ball at scrum time. And also watch out for their inside centre, Clemente Armstrong. Hasn't played a game for Chile yet. Also the outside centre, Matias Karafulic, just 22 years of age and has already around 10 caps for his national side, and scored a try against Romania 2 weeks ago off an intercept in that cracking encounter in Bucharest. So Peter Martin, the referee today, wants to get the scrum going.
I don't know if you can tell at home, but the Chilean forwards are definitely a size bigger than the Leinster boys here. So it'll be interesting to see how this first scrum goes. Very youthful side, obviously, but hopefully we can hold our own.
Nicolas Herreros with the feed. Ignacio Silva is at the back, number 8. Herreros, Varkin looking for a runner. Good pass to Gaspar Montero. Herreros, Silva back on the inside to his captain, Martin Sigrin. Here's Herreros now, finding a runner. So far, a positive start for Los Condores. Inaki Guruchaga, good play by the prop. And on the outside is Montero, the left winger. Herreros for Inaki Guruchaga. Saavedra, Videla, and Karafulic inside the 22. Escobar, the hooker. Support from Sigrin. Herreros, Varkin. It's a mercurial number 10. Scored a blind over try against Canada 15 in October. And here's the captain, Martin Sigrin. Massive collision and a penalty as well. Decision time for Los Condores, James.
Yeah, some great passage of play there, starting from the set piece. Great platform to launch from. Leinster obviously did that very, very well. I think there was a couple of important tackles by Ben Brownlee there to stop momentum, but I mean, physicality there was really the winner. You could see in the carries there and the clean outs, and I think someone got caught on the wrong side of the ruck there, so they've decided to go for 3 points here, which is a smart decision early on in the game.
Well, Santiago Videla will have a shot at goal. 13 points in the past 2 weeks, but also well known for his 32 points against the USA in those 2 games to qualify for the World Cup in July. And it was actually his penalty which made them qualify for the 2023 World Cup. Santiago Videla for the first points of the afternoon here at Energia Park. And converts with certainty, Santiago Videla, and it's Los Condores 3, Leinster 0. What an opening 6 minutes here at Energia Park, James.
Yeah, it's been a tightly contested battle. Couple of mistakes I think there from Leinster probably let them in. You know, the dropped high ball probably led to that. Rob Russell going back, kicking, and then straight from the counter attack, they got into their flow. It's been awesome so far.
Charlie Tector. No real pressure on Chile that time. So it's a really good exit. Yeah,
that's. I think there's going to be some people in the commentary or in the coaches box who aren't too happy with the no kick pressure there. You know, you hold yourself to the highest of standards. You really need to put a bit more pressure coming through there. It's just a bit too easy.
Up goes Deeney. And this is wonderful play by Leinster now. Tector to Rob Russell. That's good hands from the right winger coming off his line. Cormac Foley under pressure. Foley. Yes, Clarkson now. They call him the Italian Stallion at Trinity. Tector, Liam Turner, the skipper. Cosgrave. He's got players on his outside. The execution not there. Here's Ruddock now, the oldest player in the Leinster side today. 32 years of age. Cormac Foley. And was that offside? It is, so penalty to Leinster.
That's smart play by Foley. Milking that penalty there, throwing it at the retreating Chile player. It was a great build-up. You know, look at their set piece, nice clean ball. I'd probably think that Charlie would try and get that out of his hands a little bit earlier as it came up this left side, but coming back, some beautiful play and managed to get to the space, and the old boy on the wing doing a bit of damage. So I think it's Rob Russell down at the moment. Hopefully it's nothing too serious and he can carry on with the game.
Rob Russell, 10 appearances for Leinster in his career, and he's got 5 caps this season, scoring 3 tries as well, and under 20s Grand Slam winner in 2019.
Yeah, Rob Russell is he's a very, very good player. He only came in, I think, last year it was, into the senior setup, and geez, he can move. Crazy acceleration. I know his kicking hasn't been too flash, but he is a very, very good kicker of the ball as well. And here's hoping that nothing too serious is going on there.
Such a lethal player with a big, big future. Rob Russell. Average age of the Leinster matchday squad today, just 23. Charlie Tector puts it just before the 5-metre line, and it will be Lee Barron to throw for Leinster. And up goes Brian Deeney, and this is where they can be so relentless. Barron is poised at the back. Leinster looking for the opening try of the game, and the home side strike. Brilliant score for Leinster. Lee Barron with the opening try.
Well done there in terms of the set piece. probably from the one back at halfway. That set piece was perfect, got the boys onto the front foot, led to a penalty, and then, you know, the drive there. I mean, every time you go into an opponent's 22, you want to come away with points, and that's very, very clinical, and I'm sure there's going to be some happy blokes in the coach's box, yeah. Never a good sign when the T-boy's not up to it now, is it?
Absolutely. Well, Charlie Tector has had such a good start to his career, and he converted that famous Ben Brownlee try for that victory over France under 20, only the second time that Ireland under 20 have won away from home against France, and converted that try, a Grand Slam winner. He's also been playing for Lansdowne, 92 points in the AIL season. Last season was really good in that loss against Terraneo in the semi-final. So Charlie Tector to add the extra 2. And that's disappointing from the number 10. So it's Leinster 5, Chile 3 after 10 minutes, but very competitive so far, James.
Yeah. Yeah, not pretty off the boot there, but in fairness, Charlie runs the game very, very well. Like I said earlier, every time you get into the opponent's 22, you want to come away with points, and that was very, very clinical. But, you know, it's that next moment now. How do the boys respond and exit?
Diego Varkin with the restart. And Sean O'Brien with the carry. Born in the US, Sean O'Brien. And Cormac Foley, another player who has impressed for Lansdowne. Videla, and he finds his big, gigantic left winger, Gaspar Montero. Herreros. And Salvador Lewis with the carry. Herreros goes on the short side to Gareth Vulic. And good tap on pass. It was actually a dummy. Smart play by Wete. And Clement Saavedra under so much pressure, the number 7. And that's turnover. That's a good defensive effort from Leinster.
Yeah, it's a great D set there. I think a few of the early first up tackles, they got some metres along the edge, but you can see them coming off a sideline. The boys definitely went after that first shape, and they came up with the rewards there. I think that was Tom Clarkson and was it Brian Deeney again? Yep, very, 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 very well done.
So Leinster centre field scrum.
This is a great attacking opportunity as well, obviously with the 50-22 that's recently enough come in. Let's see what they do.
Sean O'Brien, Cosgrave popping up at first receiver with a wonderful skip pass to Andrew Smith. And Smith is giving chase. Immediately some work to do for Videla. It's a lovely defence by Andrew Smith. And Herreros has to keep composed, and he finds Ignacio Silva. Herreros back to Matias Garafulic, and he's been charged, but it is play on here for Cormac Foley, the number 9, but we will come back.
Great work from the set piece. Chris Cosgrove coming to the left there, over the top to Andrew Smith, and a nice wee kick. The kick's only as good as his chase, makes his tackle. Great pressure here by Sean O'Brien. I think we're coming back for a scrum, but that's, I mean, those little efforts there, that's what they accumulate.
On this Chilean side, 9 changes from the side that lost to Tonga on the weekend. And they're also playing a lot of their young players, just an average age of 25. 3 players in the starting lineup who haven't played for Chile yet. And there's a penalty to Leinster.
Yeah, hard to see what went wrong from up in the commentary box there, but it's always good early on in the game to get a bit of ascendancy in terms of set piece. Be interesting to see what they go for. Line out is a decision, obviously, from the last time they were here. It paid dividends, so let's see if they can get this rolling maul going.
So the Barron to throw. Plays his club rugby for Trinity. Finds Brian Deeney. And Barron is looking for a brace. Lee Barron at the back. And Lee Barron gets a double. The hooker looking impressive.
Yeah, that's a great decision. I know Leinster did get the penalty from that scrum. They could have easily gone back to it, but opted for the line out. Set piece has been good. And Lee Barron the beneficiary of some consistent pressure.
Lee Barron, just 2 caps for Leinster, those coming against the Sharks and the Stormers back in April of this year. Charlie Tector was unsuccessful with the first attempt. The man from Kilkenny College. Tector. And he's nailed this one, Charlie Tector. So it's Leinster 12, Chile 3. But as Leinster always are, so ruthless from the rolling maul.
Yeah, very, very clinical. It's, I guess, the thing that we try and pride ourselves on. And, you know, we've matched the Chilean boys physically so far. So hopefully for the rest of this 40, we can keep this pressure on.
Diego Varkin also played at the Rugby World Cup Sevens in Cape Town a few months ago. And almost well taken by Cormac Daly. He's actually knocked that ball on. That's a costly error. Herreros for Salvador Lewis. And good defense by Barron and Ruddock. Nicolas Herreros, Sikren, the talismanic leader. And Escobar with the carry. Pressure from Mon. Diego. Varkin back on the inside. Good angle. And Silva, the number 8. So looking for an opening, the Chileans. It's slow ball for Nicolas Herreros. And Guru Chaga with the carry. Varkin comes back on the left and tries to solve the dummy. The out off. Herreros and Escobar. And that's a great turnover from Leinster. Good pressure. Cormac Daly with the carry and the penalty as well. Tap and go from Cormac Foley, and he's setting off. He can be so lethal. Cormac Foley, absolutely magical from the scrum off. Cormac Foley, what a try.
I mean, it came from pressure again in terms of Leinster's defence. They managed to get the turnover, not rolling away the back of the tackle, and, you know, Cormac takes off. It's a great individual piece of brilliance. Obviously going in this week, we talked about trying to speed the game up, try and take away the dead time between plays, and, you know, you love to see a 9 being able to dart, step, weave like that.
Cormac Foley and Charlie Tector both actually play their club rugby for Lansdowne. And Charlie Tector to make it 2 from 3. A simple kick for the out half. So it's Leinster 19, Chile 3, 19 minutes gone.
Great individual effort there by Cormac. I didn't actually know he had the wheels in him, in fairness. You know, even the step and fend, you don't take that for granted.
So Diego Varkin with the restart. And here's Sean O'Brien. It's been really impressive for UCD this season. Cormac Foley with the box kick. This will be a tester for Chile. And there's so much pressure in that sun. And Michael Muln with the carry. Foley once more. Barron, Tector, and that's a loose pass. And here's Ben Brownlee, the inside centre, just 20 years of age, and goes for the miracle ball to Lee Barron. He's having quite the time at the moment. And immediately there's pressure on Diego Varkin, who has to marshal back. And Nicolas Herreros just has to regather his troops. Here's Javier Eichmann. Herreros once more to Garafulic. He's got a massive boot, but that ball's not out. And Cosgrave, he won't be happy with that, the fullback.
Seriously unfortunate for Chris here. He's got an amazing skill set. But you look at where this all started from a kickoff, nice clean catch. Sean O'Brien getting front football and an absolutely on-the-money kick. Great chase by Rob Russell and got the turnover. Obviously the end of that isn't the best from a Leinster point of view, but you know, you talk about once you do score points, you need to exit after that. So I think they'll be pretty pleased with how everything's going.
Herreros with the put in. Solid scrum by Los Condores. Armstrong. And well regathered by Gaspar Maltero, a 21-year-old. Herreros finds Silva. And Boomer causing all sorts of problems. Flanker. Herreros goes to the skies. This ball secured. Muln has to play it scrum off. Here's Cormac Daly. Muln once again at scrum off. Tector, Liam Turner, good hands for Charlie Tector.
Great read there on D as well. It's a tough move to defend. McMillan again on the ball after playing 9, a couple of rucks. And unfortunately knocks it on. Don't want to mug him off too bad here, but his pass off the deck was nice. I think Chile will be a little disappointed with their set-piece move there. Everything was a great platform to strike off. The pass from the 12 up the back, probably just not quite on the money. It was a great platform to attack off. They're actually getting a similar position here. Be interesting to see what the Chile left winger does if they go for the same play. I'm pretty sure they scored off it last week. So, but I think Leinster's D, Ben Brownlee, is really, really impressed from set-piece so far. He's made some great reads and obviously got his captain outside him, so we'll see how we go.
Another solid scrum. Ignacio Silva with the carry, tackled by Sean O'Brien. And Boomer as well. Nicolas Herreros. That's a good tap on pass by Pablo Huete to his captain Sigrin. Herreros, this is quick play. Diego Varkin looking for support. Looking very dangerous, the number 10. Huete once more.
Some left foot step on him, isn't he? He steps and goes. Got Cormac just then.
Herreros. Good hands by Guruchaga.
That's a great pickup.
Maltero with the great pickup that time. And Salvador Lewis. Massive loose head prop. And Chile have a penalty.
Great work there from the Chile prop, just winning the gain line, and Cormac being caught on the wrong side there. At the end of the day, it's about the collision, and if you don't win that, you're probably going to be on the back foot. It's a good opportunity here for Chile to pin Leinster in the corner and see how they can go from a line out.
Decent kick by Diego Varken, and a great opportunity for Los Condores to go for the score. The question is, can they get the line out right? Will be Diego Escobar to throw. Scored a try against Tonga. Escobar to Saavedra. Working hard at the back is Wete. Ignacio Silva with the breakaway. Pressure from Boomer. Herreros for Escobar, putting his head down. Hungry carry by the hooker. Herreros and Guru Chaga. This is good play by Los Condores. Garafuric. Beautiful by Varken. Over the top it goes for Lucas Calvallo. And there was a massive opportunity there, James.
That was absolutely, that was beautiful from Chile. Off that line out. Couple of front foot ball. Rucks. Great pressure. That's a great tackle from Liam Turner there. Stopped an almost certain try. I think Leinster will have to have a look at that, because it looked a little bit too easy. Fair play to Liam Turner making that covering tackle.
It's Peter Martin checking with his official, Andrew Cole.
I think Peter's been good so far. He's let the game flow. Not trying to stamp his mark and show a bit of authority early on. It's been pretty free flowing, and you know, I don't think anyone can be complaining about the ref so far.
Peter Martin also checking with his other official, Robbie Jenkinson. Robbie Jenkinson, Peter Martin and Andrew Cole have also been refereeing in the Rugby Europe Super Cup. Peter Martin, in fact, did the final back in May between the Black Lion and the Lusitanush. So, Lee Barron to throw. Leinster will look for a pressure reliever. Up goes Brian Deeney, Cormac Foley, back to Charlie Tector. And that ball's not out. Here's Santiago Vitela. Good defense by Clarkson and Barron. The double hits. And Diego Escobar, Herreros, Varken for Garafuric. The outside centre is such a prospect, going for the fend on Tector. Herreros, Saavedra. And Vitela popping up at first receiver. Eichmann hit hard in the tackle. So they have to relieve some pressure through their fullback, Santiago Vitela. Cormac Foley is well positioned. And Cosgrave, the fullback. Skip pass over the top to Andrew Smith, who's dangerous in the open plains. And what was he doing there, the left winger?
Seriously unfortunate. Great play by Chris Cosgrove there, switching the play back. As you can see here, obviously a lot of space over on this right-hand side. I tell you what, if he holds on to this ball, I think he could have gone the length, because Andrew Smith, obviously coming back from the 7th Circuit, is very, very quick.
Andrew Smith also represented Emerging Ireland in South Africa in October and September. Massive front row battle here between Salvador Lewis, Diego Escobar, Inaki Guruchaga, Michael Morley, Barron and Thomas Clarkson, and it is a penalty, a good reward for the Chileans.
Yeah, it'd be good to see Chile get some more points on the board here. They've put a fair amount of pressure on. See how far this kick goes. Obviously a very, very tough angle. I shouldn't try and criticise the kick there, but probably hoping for a little bit more.
Escobar to throw. And this taken by Saavedra. 8-minute scrum off for Wete. And Sigren, the captain with the carry, trying to get a few more meters. Escobar has looked strong, the hooker. Herreros, tough one for Varkin. Salvador Lewis tries to throw a dummy. And that's gone back. And Herreros is trying to rip that ball out and secure the ball for his side. And that's a lovely defense by Leinster, the home side.
Yeah, the physicality there, obviously been able to hold up the Chile boys there. Yeah, it's always tough coming up against a fully fledged professional side going for the World Cup to try and match them physically. But I think this young Leinster side is definitely matching them. Great exit opportunity. It's unfortunate Leinster don't have a natural left footer out there at the moment. But if I was to guess, I think they're going to come down this left-hand side.
Cormac Foley with the put in. Powerful shove by Leinster. But we will have a reset. Peter Martin not satisfied.
Yeah, I thought that was going to go Leinster's way there for a penalty, but obviously Peter knows a lot more than I do about what goes on the front row anyway. So here we go again. Hopefully they can get a nice set piece. See McMillan giving out there. It's a usual trait of his, always giving out.
And Chile, well, we will see them next year at the World Cup in Pool D with England, Japan, Argentina and Samoa. And Leinster this time get the penalty.
Wish I knew what was going on there, but the ref does. The front row will be very, very happy with that. TC's Tom Clarkson obviously been in and around the block for a fair amount of time. Was injured for a good early part of his career, but he's definitely coming on. Put on definitely a fair bit of size. He's lifting some decent weight in the gym as well, so fair play.
Lee Barron to throw, taken by Deeney. Good pop pass by Daly, Foley. And he has Tector. Liam Turner, the captain. Cormac Foley looking for a runner. Finds Lee Barron. His hooker is a free player for Leinster. Boomer, Tector, Turner. And Ruddock now in the outside channels. And that doesn't look good. Boomer Tector, good player. And then Brownlee, he took the hit from Garafulic.
Yeah, very physical hit. I don't think there was anything wrong with that in the end. Fair tackle. Reese almost does a bit of magic down the edge, but come back to that set-piece strike. It's very, very clinical. Probably just a few little things that probably need to be tweaked just to make sure we can try and score off that first phase, but in fairness, the strikes have been very, very good so far. The boys have done their homework and they know where to attack.
It's Peter Martin having a word with Martin Sigren, as well as Matias Garafulic.
Got to be a little bit careful here, the accumulation of penalties when Leinster's on the front foot. And that there is the, that's what happens. I don't think there was any sort of malice. It was just a good physical tackle. A little bit late, yes, but I wouldn't say it was high or anything.
And Matthias Garafulec, well, he got a yellow card for a similar challenge 2 weeks ago against Romania in the 35th minute of that game. And this is where you do not want to be against Leinster. With the line out 10 metres out. Dini, Boomer, and Lee Barron is at the back. It's looking ominous for Los Condores. But that's some good work by Javier Eichmann. Javier Eichmann with some outstanding work. The number 5 coming through the centre, and it's a loose ball. It's all over the show. Muln has to secure the ball. Thomas Clarkson has to play it scrum off.
Leinster have to be patient here and try and build some pressure. A couple of one-off runners. Physicality is going to be the winner on the day from here. Cormac
Foley for Sean O'Brien. 5 metres out, Leinster, the home side. Foley with the skip ball, and it's play on ya for Los Condores. The Chileans getting the turnover, and Dini with the tackle. Herreros back to Santiago Videla. And Cormac Foley can really be dangerous from anywhere. Finds his fullback, Cosgrave. Foley for Lee Barron with a pop pass for Tector and Dini. Brian Dini still going. Tackled by Sigren. Foley, Brownlee, Turner, Rhys Ruddock, and Andrew Smith drops the buckets.
Seriously unfortunate in there. Look at Charlie Tector turning the corner and the offload to Dini. Great carry. Charlie's really impressed me so far. He's big for a 10, but I mean, he's calling the right shots when he wants the ball out the back. That's seriously unfortunate. Smithy will be a little bit gutted.
Also, James, what will be interesting in the second half is that Chile have a lot of their experienced players sitting on the bench, and that might actually have quite the impact, especially if Leinster don't really get some scores here before halftime. They are 16 points up, but that second half, with those changes, it could really be a different ballgame.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Leinster now have come down here and not come away with points a couple of times. Chile have did well. You know, experience, you can't put a price on it for sure, and a lot of changes potentially from the bench, and it could be from both sides as well. When you think about this, even more youth on the Leinster bench, if they do come on against the more experienced Chilean side, it could be a bit of trouble. Here's hoping we can put some more points on before the second half.
So, James, I'll let you explain that with your backline expertise.
Just watch McMillan giving out. Look, he's going to the touchy now. Look. I mean, I don't know what's wrong, but he's a man who can give out for the sake of giving out, old McMillan.
Herreros with the feed, pressure on Los Condores. And here's Armstrong, Clemente Armstrong. That's a good carry by the inside centre. Herreros has to dig. He's going to go for the clearance. Nicolas Herreros. And in the end, it's a decent clearance by the number 9.
Be happy enough with that exit for on Chile's behalf. If I was Leinster, I'd probably try to go to a tempo line out and try and catch them as quick as we can. It's what we talked about all week. So looks like Lee Barron's trying to get it going anyway.
Brian Dini, Cormac Foley. And beautiful Andrew Smith off his line. And Ruddock for Charlie Tector. Liam Turner, and it's been intercepted by Varkin, who's looked very dangerous to number 10 with his flashy footwork, getting an intercept that time. Very competitive at the breakdown, and that's a good recovery by Leinster.
I know we were talking about his attack earlier, but that's a great read for the intercept there. Leinster set piece strike again, very, very clinical, but a little breakdown in play here. Liam Turner probably thought about the pass before looking to see who's in front of him. It's a great read on D. Back to set piece, and Mick Milne given out.
Oh, Michael Molney's been training with the national side. Also went on the Emerging Island Tour and South Africa in October. Actually was schooled at Cistercian College. Helped them win their first ever Leinster School Senior Cup. Cormac Foley looking for a runner. Tector, beautiful hands for Cosgrave. Andrew Smith, can he finish? Smith still going. Andrew Smith with a cracking try for Leinster.
Pretty set piece move, and Andrew Smith showing exactly what he can do. Great timing there on the pass, being able to go through. Chris with the pass there, the old in and out from Smithy. I can tell you right now, not many people would be able to stop him from there. It's a great finish. Obviously, he'll be disappointed with a few things that haven't gone his way in this first half, but I mean, at the end of the day, he is a finisher, and that is exactly what he can do.
Charlie Tector, worth perhaps the last points of the first half. It's a good underaged hurler back in his youth. The out half. Tector. And the radar is on for the number 10. So it's Leinster 26, Chile 3. And looks like we still have some time before the halftime oranges, James.
Straight after you score points, you need to be able to exit well. So if I was Chile, I'd probably be going short into the middle here, try and regain possession and give yourself another opportunity to score points.
Diego Varkin with the restarts. Great take by Brian Deeney with a leg drive as well. Cormac Foley for Milne. That's good hands for Tector. And Liam Turner now. What a tap on by Cosgrave. But it was forward. That was pretty unlucky. Smart play.
Great take by Deeney here. Leg drive into contact. Ball on a plate. Mick Milne. That's pretty. Nice and square. Ball out the back. The boys turn the corner here, and Chris Cosgrove makes a business decision, because if he caught that, I think he was going to be put into a grave. So I can see why he tipped that on.
Herreros with the put in, pressure once more from Leinster. Herreros, and off his line is Gaspar Montero. And what a penalty for Leinster.
That's
a big also a really
play.
Good carry at the same time.
That's a big time play. That is one big winger I would not want running at me for sure. Great chop tackle, obviously, and then the turnover on the back of it. Charlie Tector taps and kicks it out, and we're off to the oranges.
So Charlie Tector says enough is enough. And it's Leinster 26, Chile 3. Leinster opening up the account with 2 tries through Lee Barron And then Cormac Foley with perhaps the try so far of the game. And then Andrew Smith as well. Chile just with the 3 points from their fullback Santiago Videla. But thoughts on that first half, James?
Yeah, Leinster have been typically clinical. I think we can all agree with that. A few opportunities to score points from line out, which is what I guess we pride ourselves on. In fairness to Chile, the physicality has definitely been there. I know a little bit they'll be disappointed obviously with the scoreline, but I don't think it reflects exactly what's going on. If they can tighten up, I guess, a little bit of their discipline, I think the second half could be an absolute cracker.
Big 40 minutes coming up shortly. Don't go anywhere. So welcome back to the second half. Leinster taking on Chile in this historic clash. So far 26 points to 3. Leinster with 4 first half tries, 2 going to the Baron. An incredible try by Cormac Foley and then Andrew Smith as well. 3 points just coming for Chile in the form of their fullback Santiago Videla. Will be Leinster playing from left to right in the second half. Los Condores, the Chile national side, playing from right to left. And what an occasion it's been so far. Chile also playing a lot of their youthful players, blooding some talent. And this player, Diego Varkin, has been impressive in the first half, getting the nod today ahead of Rodrigo Fernandez, who we might see in a few minutes' time. And we're underway here in the second half. What a carry that is.
Scott Penny on. Yeah, there's a few changes I can see for that Leinster side early on, although Scott Penny looks like he could be down, which is never a good start. Good kick-off, obviously. That's a good take by Penny. Heading in field. Shot there. Hopefully he gets up and he's all right.
Scott Penny has been a titan for Leinster in his 44 appearances, scoring 24 tries. And James, you'll be hoping he gets up.
Yeah, Scott Penny obviously on the emerging Ireland tour, then was involved in the Ireland A as a 24th. Very, very good player. He's a little nugget in and around the field. Very, very physical. He's what you want as a 7. Does what he's told and really targets the 10. Also see Marcus Hannon, I think, is on for Mick Milne as well in the front row. Charlie Tector kicking for the side.
Good clearance by Charlie Tector. Leinster will have the platform here to attack. The Baron to throw. Up goes Deeney. Almost poached. And Foley for Brownlee. Sean O'Brien puts his head down. Saavedra and Martin Sigrin with good defense. Could be a turnover here for Chile. And Foley.
Great pressure on the work there.
Didi, Tector, Cosgrave, Turner and Brownlee. And then Smith for Scott Penny. Good to see him back on his feet.
Must have just been winded there. Charlie Tector turning the corner.
Cormac Foley, Brownlee, good hands for Scott Penny. Been really involved in the opening 2 minutes.
It's a great decision there.
And in the second half, and Ignacio Silva, he needs support, he's isolated. Good recovery by Los Condores. Pablo Wete, the oldest player across both matchday squads, had to play at scrum off, the big lock forward. Made his debut all the way back in 2009 against Argentina. Herreros goes to the skies. Looks for a pressure reliever.
Yeah, I think Charlie Tector's down here. It could be blood or either a contact lens. He's hoping it's just a contact lens, although Prendergast on the sideline is a very exciting prospect at 10 as well. Obviously the younger brother of Cian, who made his senior Irish debut on the weekend, coming off the bench against Fiji. Very proud moment for the family. But here's hoping Charlie's all right.
Also on the park and back player for Chile is Rodrigo Fernandez, who is a Try of the Year nominee, which will be awarded on Sunday. That try against the USA away from, actually at home in really wet conditions, and made a break from just outside his own 22 and beat 6 US defenders. And in the context, that try really meant a lot, because over the 2 games, Chile won on aggregate by just 1 point, which means that they've qualified for the Rugby World Cup. And if they didn't win that game, they would have been playing in the repechage series today with Portugal against the USA, the winner of that going to the World Cup final. And Charlie Tector, as James pointed out, just getting attention. And his Grand Slam winning partner, making sure he's okay, Ben Brownlee.
Ben's been very, very good defensively so far. The attack has been, you know, Leinster have been on the front foot, so the attack has been pretty free-flowing for the boys, but defensively, he's really stood out. He's made some good reads, front door, back door. It's really, really difficult at 12 and 13 to get this right, so fair play.
Lee Barron, Brian Deeney's been good in the lineouts. Boomer and Foley for Ben Brownlee. Liam Turner, like a hot knife through butter, and the skipper scores for Leinster.
Beautiful set piece from start to finish. Cormac Foley here across the face of Tector to Brownlee. I mean, I was just giving him praise about his defensive effort, but he read the Chilean defence there very, very well. Front door, Turner's able to turn the gas on and get under the post. Sorry about that, I did not mean to do that.
So Charlie Tector, so far 3 from 4, looking to make it 4 from 5. Tector, well, he can do that in his sleep, the number 10. So it's Leinster 33, Chile 3 after 44 minutes here at Energia Park in Dublin, Ireland.
We talk a lot about, in our backs review, what's their piece moves we want to try and score tries off, and really, really tough these days with how advanced defences are, how good they are at reading attacking plays, but that there was perfect, and Andrew Goodman will be very, very happy with that.
Rodrigo Fernandez will go for the restarts. First choice, number 10, playing off the bench today. He's 26 years of age, and Colin Hogan is on the park. And with the take as well, McCarthy, and he has Cormac Daly. Really been immense for Clontarf, Cormac Daly. And Deeney with the dummy and the carry. Nacio Silva with good defense. And McCarthy going for the hoist. Pressure from Saavedra. And there's a bit of a mix-up here for Chile, and they need to recover. Just need to find their feet. Good counter-rucking by Leinster. Somehow Los Condores still have this ball back. It's Guru Chaga. Tight end prop with the carry. It's a war in there at the moment. Herreros with the box kick. Seen plenty of those today. Andrew Smith. And Deeney. And he loses it. And Iñaki Kuruchaga with the carry.
Seriously unfortunate there. Deeney obviously getting held up in the tackle. Turnover was very, very good, and then we're coming back to it, but at the ruck, I think one of the Chile boys went flying off his feet, as you can see there, just missing. We'll go back to the scrum.
Clemente Saavedra, the number 7, the guilty party. A try against Romania 2 weeks ago, the 24-year-old. And he loves to get stuck in, the big number 7.
Good attacking opportunity here, obviously. Just inside their own half, so the 50-22 is on. It'll be interesting to see how Leinster defend this. The easiest kick here would be for a 9, say an 8-9 to the right, with a 9 trying to pin that corner, but I can see that Leinster have did that quite well. Chris Cosgrove on a little bit of a half here. Let's see how it plays out.
Lovely scrum. Sigren, Herreros and Fernandez with the offload to Videla, his fullback. Lays it back, good presentation. A dummy by Herreros. Javier Eichmann with the pick and go and the fend. Salvador Lewis, the big don't argue. Good charge, and it's play on. Escobar, the hooker. Herreros, Fernandez. Oh, what a line that is by Fernandez. Still going, Rodrigo Fernandez. Herreros, Garafulic, Eichmann lets it go. But some exciting play by Los Condores.
An unfortunate end to a very, very exciting build-up there. Great work in terms of the phase setup. Unfortunately, this pass just goes to the floor. Andrew Smith makes a great read. And it's another scrum to Leinster.
And just see the footwork of Rodrigo Fernandez. Dazzling work. And replacement here for Chile, Joaquin Milesi. In the number 23 jersey. Just 21 years of age. We'll be packing down in the scrum.
I see Prendergast is also on for Leinster by the looks of it. Hugely exciting, as I said earlier.
Ben Brownlee, scorer of that famous try for Ireland under-20s earlier this year to give them that victory over France, converted by Charlie Tector. And Brownlee doesn't look too happy, but good to see that he's on his feet and walking off the field.
Good shift by Ben. I think he'll be very, very happy with how we went. He was solid, very, very solid on defence and had a few glimpses of brilliance, obviously, in attack, which led to Liam Turner's try. So, good day at the office for Ben Brownlee. Got a feeling this will be Sean O'Brien off the base of the scrum going open here. And probably back to Charlie to exit and see if that comes to fruition.
McCarthy, obviously hearing you, James. Prendergast with the chip over the top. Colin Hogan, and he loses it forward. He was really unlucky there. He did a remarkable job initially. Santiago Videla getting that ball back for Los Condores. And Milesi, the new man, he's not here for a haircut. Herreros with the hoist. And Cormac Daly in the correct position. Number 5, McCarthy. It's a loose pass. Connell Boomer. Cosgrave. Prendergast with good hands to Rob Russell. McCarthy, Tector for Connell Boomer, the Terra Nil man.
He's been impressive so far.
And McCarthy sniping. Sean O'Brien. Too much pace and too good. Sean O'Brien.
Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest of build-ups leading into that. Nick McCarthy, we snipe around the edge. Sean O'Brien coming off the shoulder, but you know, Boomer's carry there, cleaning up a bit of mess led to this. Short on the open side. Nick McCarthy obviously spots that and able to get the pass away.
Charlie Tector. Just the one blemish so far this afternoon. And plenty of easy kicks, and he makes it. Another successful conversion out here at Energia Park in Dublin. Leinster 40, Chile 3.
Charlie Tector. It's Leinster 40, Chile 3.
50 minutes gone at Energia Park. 40 points to 3 in favour of the home side. Taken by McCarthy. Cosgrave and Cormac Daly. Wete at the tackle. McCarthy, Tector with a little dink over the top. Martin Sigren places it back for Chile. But they've been really under the pump, Chile. But they do come away with a penalty.
Yeah, I mean, the pragmatic side of me thought that a box kick was coming. Same with the exit earlier, where I thought Sean O'Brien was coming off the back and two little dinks over the top. It's been adventurous to say the least, but I mean, they've come off both times. It's always good to change picture every now and then, make the back three guess of what's coming. Both of those kicks hit the floor, so I mean, that's a win. Now there's a penalty to Leinster, and guess what? They're back down in the 22 and probably going to drive. Charlie is doing an absolute horrible job of losing rugby balls so far. You didn't see from the conversion earlier, but he kicked it over the Ken Wall Centre of Excellence. And then this one here looks like it's gone almost into the Liffey, so the ball boys aren't going to be happy with him.
John McKee to throw. Brian Deeney with the take. John McKee at the back. It was really impressive for Old Belvedere in the AIL season last season. McCarthy, Prendergast. Just looking for support from Cosgrave. And that's a really good turnover. Lewis, the prop forward, placing it back. And that ball's not out. Charlie Tector. He'll have a crack. Good footwork by the out half. Nick McCarthy. It was Hannon with the carry. Cosgrave. Prendergast. And Eitzel King. In the number 14 jumper. McCarthy finds Connell Boomer. He's been very industrious. And Eichmann with the turnover for his winger, Gaspar Maltedo. Almost dropped by Malesi.
Boomer has been an absolute menace at the breakdown so far.
He has indeed, James, and he's played so well for Terranure over the past 2 seasons as well.
It's good to see boys who get an opportunity to come and represent Leinster for the first time actually stepping up and making, I guess, Leo and Stu, you know, they probably slipped through the nets of the usual academy schooling system. He's gone away to Terranure and played very, very well. He gets his opportunity and he's done bloody well.
Eitzel King, the right winger, in the corner of your screen. 2019 under-20 Six Nations Grand Slam winner. And he can be so dangerous.
Very good ball in hand, Eitzel. Some tan he's got on him. I think he was in Bahamas or something for a week off. Lucky for some.
Should I say actually 2022 winner. It's not that old, Eitzel King. And penalty to Leinster.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't actually know what's going on in the front row, but I'm sure Leinster will be happy. Chile probably thinking twice. This is probably the first bad kick of Charlie's day. But guess what? He didn't kick it into the liffey, so the ball's coming back onto the pitch.
Thomas Dusayan, the hooker for Chile on the park. Very explosive.
Thomas Connolly on the side of the scrum for Leinster. He's a big boy. Earlier on, he was involved in a decent enough collision. Fair amount of size to him. I think that could have been the reason why we got the scrum penalty earlier on. It'd be interesting to see what Chile can do different here to try and get a different result.
On Leinster, what a scrum that is. Los Condores still have the ball back. And that's big trouble. Big trouble. For McCarthy. Didn't look good. Nicolas Herreros will use the caterpillar ruck to relieve some pressure. And all of a sudden, it's gone against him. And that's a much needed penalty for Chile, just to settle things down.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward collision, I think, there between Nick McCarthy and Conal Boomer. Nick's getting a bit of attention now, but in terms of the penalty, I think that's fair enough.
Thomas Connolly, such a massive unit, as James Lowe says. Thomas Connolly playing his club rugby for Trinity. Grew up in Galway playing hurling. And he's been industrious for Trinity.
Don't know how he would go on a hurling paddock right now, because he is one big boy. I don't know if the fitness would be quite good enough, but in fairness, he's physical enough, throwing his body around into a couple of collisions, and I mean the scrum's been going forward since he's come on as well. Nick McCarthy and Conal Boomer just getting a bit of attention, a bit of a head clash in the back of a tackle. Prof Ryan doing a bit of work there, but hopefully he's all right. Geez, looks nasty enough. Cormac back on for a blood replacement.
Dusayan to throw. And Carrasco with the carry. And here we go for Salvador Lewis, who hasn't stopped the Leinster prop. Some impressive carries in this fixture. And Los Condores get a penalty.
I have to agree with you there. Every time he's got the ball, he's got the boys onto the front foot. Leinster will be disappointed with the first up contacts there, especially without a back out the back of the shape. It's a very good chance off the sideline to really come off the line and try to put a shot on. I think Marcus and Scott Penny will be a little bit disappointed with that contact.
Robbie Jenkinson, assistant referee in the corner there with his flag up. And Chile, well, they're looking for their opening try of the game. And can they strike? Dusayan to throw once more. And almost poached. Javier Carrasco gets it back. And Videla, Benjamin Videla is on its scrum off. Videla. And here's Milesi. Videla. And Dusayan. Powerful carry. Videla has an opportunity for Fernandez. Videla, Saavedra. Videla and Martinez. Chile looking to strike Rodrigo Fernandez. And it's play on for Colm Hogan, the fullback. Leinster with great defense. And Varkin showing some footwork. He did really well to fly off. And Montero, the left winger, the bulky left winger, Carrasco, and Garafulic has to go back. He's got a strong fend. The outside centre, Benjamin Videla for Joaquin Melesi. Martinez, the number 8, over the gain line. Salvador Lewis and Sikren, tackled by Hannon. Pick and go through the centre by Carrasco. It's good phase play. Tusayan, back on the inside by Videla. Can they penetrate the defence? Sean O'Brien putting pressure on Javier Eichmann with the offload to Videla. And Leinster, well, they never stop, do they? John McKee in the 16 jumper.
Completely relentless there from Leinster in terms of the defensive set, obviously starting on the try line from a Chile set piece and managing to get the exit, obviously coming up the field and now repeating the exact same effort. It's a bit of a, I guess, a non-negotiable is the back-to-back efforts. I think people like Stu, a head coach, Leo, Andrew, they are the intangible things that you know, they're hard to measure, but you can definitely see it when it comes game day, who's doing it and who's not, and all these boys are definitely step it up. I really like the look of Conor Boomer at the moment. Bit of a Will Connors physique about him. Tackles well, chases hard. A little bit of an athlete as well. Fair play, I think he's really stood up.
Coach Pablo Lemoyne of Chile has done a really great job with Chile. Also played for the Uruguay national side from 1996 to 2010. Plenty of caps in there. Also 91 appearances for the coach for Stade Francais over 2000 to 2006. Also been the coach of Germany. And big pressure coming from Chile, and that is impressive. And Pablo Lemoyne, the coach of Chile, is a prop himself, so he'll be delighted with that. Outstanding work by the front row.
Great set piece pressure there from Chile. Getting due reward and going for the corner again. Hopefully consistent pressure will turn into points for Chile here.
It's disappointing for Chile, you're not finding touch. And we've got to go all the way back. Diego Varkin, international sevens player. And that's a lovely clearance, but it's play on for Charlie Tector. Sam Prendergast with the educated boots for Montero. He's got pressure from Andrew Smith. And Leinster have this ball back. It will be a scrum to Leinster.
Very well done there. I mean, you look at the effort up this right-hand side by Eitzel, putting on a bit of kick pressure. Cormac catching that on the full, shifting it. Prendy will be a little bit disappointed with the strike off the foot, but I mean, result is Leinster get a scrum now on the opposition 22. A great place to strike from. I would guess what the boys are going to do, but I haven't got anything right so far, so I will leave it in the capable hands of Charlie Tector to decide where they will be going.
Foley, Sean O'Brien, Cormac Foley, and Prendergast. The 18-year-old only turns 19 in 2 weeks' time. Such a talent, and it's been poached. Los Condores with an opportunity on the outside.
Great work, Eitzel.
Motedo, he's been good for Los Condores. Clemente Saavedra, open side flanker with the carry. Colm Hogan, so reliable at the back. Ex-Irish under-20s player. Penny for Tector and Cosgrave. Beautiful to Andrew Smith.
It's unfortunate for Smithy there. Shape to kick, and obviously the defence read that well and started backtracking. Don't know if he knows, but he is absolutely electric, and I wouldn't mind seeing him go one-on-one, but it is easy to say from up here. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate with the early tackle there. Bit of a rugby collision, but obviously those are the rules, and you know, give Chile a bit of an easy exit here. I know it's a tough angle, but able to relieve pressure.
Rodrigo Fernandez with the clearance. And Chile, well, they've got 15 minutes to try score an iconic try. Their first time playing a match in Ireland. And a lot of support out here as well. It's Malesi with the take at line-out time. Saavedra at the back working so hard. He's made tackle after tackle as well. They've got to be careful here that they don't lose the ball, and they're breaking away. Clemente Saavedra looking for support for Benjamin Videla with the offload. Some top quality play from Los Condores. Videla, Tuyasan. There's a loose pass, but gathered by Matias Garafulic. He didn't like the look of that, but it's play on. Anything can happen. Eitzel King. Cormac Foley works the short side to Hannon. And Daly. Foley once more on the blind side to Colm Hogan. He's an ex-Trinity captain as well. Sean O'Brien, who really has no off switch, the number 8. Charlie Tector. Cosgrave with a skip pass for Andrew Smith, trying to set off. Saavedra trying to get the poach. What does Peter Martin say? Good steal by the number 7, Garafulic. And the offload back to Matias Garafulic and Clemente Armstrong. But some enterprising play initially from Chilean. What a steal this was from their number 7, Clemente Saavedra.
Yeah, great work on D there from Chilean. Obviously the turnover. The two boys cleaning up here. Scott Penny and once again, my man of the hour, Conal Boomer, cleaning up. 2 natural 7s running around out there. It's been very entertaining. Probably a little bit loose from Leinster. If I am to be completely honest, there was a passage of play closer to us where they were going back and forth down the sideline, not really doing too much, which led eventually to that turnover as we played up the back and went open. Going back to the set piece earlier on, Leinster had an attacking set piece in the 22, and you send Prendy up State Highway 1. It's not exactly, he's not exactly the biggest 12 in the world. Probably want to try and be a little bit more adventurous.
John McKee. Brian Deeney has also been really good. Back to John McKee, Cormac Foley, and Prendergast for Charlie Tector. And Andrew Smith, Colm Hogan, Eitzel King. Cutting back against the grain. He's a really powerful winger, Eitzel King. There might be a turnover here. There is. Martinez with the steal for Los Condores. And Santiago Videla. And we all come back for the penalty. Chile, well, they've been very competitive in the second half, only conceding 2 tries. But it's been such a great opportunity for this Chilean national side in these opening 65 minutes, especially just blending all that youth that they do have, James.
Yeah, very, very good in the wide breakdowns, Chile. Obviously, as a back three player, it's something that we try and pride ourselves on, making sure we do resource our own rucks. And Chile, on the other hand, are definitely attacking it and getting due reward. Back down into the 22 for another set piece. Let's see what they can produce here.
Tomas Dusayan, the 32-year-old, to throw in. And get the line out right. Milesi with the take. Duyasan has it at the back. And this is a really good rolling maul. This is promising from Los Condores. Still going. Hard at work by Milesi. Benjamin Videla. And then it's let go. And that's disappointing, but we will come back.
Great setup from the maul here from Chile. Obviously going backwards at the start, but able to set the maul and start going forward from the back. And another penalty against Leinster. I think they need to be a little bit careful down the centre of the field. The accumulation of penalties could result in someone going off.
Well, Chile looking for the first ever try on RS soil. Can they strike? Javier Eichmann with the take. Sigrin pops it back to Duyasan. To Sayan. He's claiming it for Los Condores. Chile. And they will have the scrum. They were so close, and you can see Tomas Dusayan, he says he got it down. The 32-year-old is upset.
Great work around the front of the line out. Can't quite see if the ball's down here. They definitely deserve the try here, Chile. They've mounted a lot of pressure against Leinster, and I don't think the scoreline really reflects how this game has played out.
So watch out for the number 28, Jose Larenas. 45 caps for Chile, which makes him the most ever of all time for Chile. 33 years of age, and he has scored plenty of tries as well. And what about the haircuts, James, on Milesi?
Yeah, some barnet on him, to be in all fairness. More of a mullet going on than anything. I see Caitlin Doris is sporting a mullet at the moment, so I don't know if it's a trend that I'd follow, but I think if a short-arm penalty comes here, I think he's off, and if I was him, I'd be going down Prendergast and Charlie Tichter's channel, that's for sure.
Milesi plays his club rugby for Prince of Wales Country Club back at home. And a bright future. Just 21 years of age. And also this feather, Videla. Milesi, off he goes. But he's well spotted by Cormac Foley. Videla, Clemente Saavedra. Tackled by Sean O'Brien. Videla for Martinez. It's Videla once more. Milesi lays it back. Garafulic, loose pass. And Fernandez has to go back. And then in the end, very frustrating for Chile.
Another very, very good D set from Leinster just there, from start to finish as the boys off that scrum. Looks like Nick McCarthy has come back on from his blood bin. Hope his nose isn't too bad. He's running around with no number on his back now.
John McKee to throw. Won the Schools Cup for Campbell College back in 2018 in Ulster. Also Grand Slam winner in 2019, John McKee. He plays his club rugby just down the road for Old Belvedere, which is about a 2 or 3 minute walk, stone's throw away. This ground, the home ground of Old Wesley. So Chile, well, they've got about 6 minutes left here. Can they score a memorable try? They definitely have the ability. They've got some dynamite in their back line. He dead up with the put in. And Chile, initially they had a lot of pressure on, but Leinster are just too good.
Yeah, I know I've said it before, but I do not know what's going on between the two front rows right now. That's a little bit disappointing on Chile's behalf. Great set piece opportunity again. Unfortunately being let down by Marcus Hannon celebrating. Guessing he did something up the front there, yeah.
Andrew Cole. Flag's gone up for Leinster line-out. And it will be John McKee once more to feed. Only 2 tries for Leinster in the second half. And Chile will be happier with their second half performance. It's just been poached by Los Condores and Raimundo Martinez with the carry. And here is Jose Larenas for Javier Larasco, the prop. And Boomer's got the steal.
That's my boy,
The
man.
player of the match. James and the offload as well to Prendergast.
In fairness, Sean O'Brien's come up with a few good individual hits coming up the line. Charlie Tech to turn in the corner.
Play by O'Brien and Charlie Tector. McCarthy, out the back door for Prendergast. You'll see some space at the back. Chile do well in the end. It's a really good recovery by Fernandez, but he is under pressure with a toe tackle. Connell Boomer.
Hey, sign this dude now.
Tierra Newell folk will be going absolutely crazy down in Lakelands. Prendergast with a kick pass. Big trouble, and Andrew Smith. Hands like dinner plates that time, and he knows it.
That's unfortunate and not a fair reflection of Andrew Smith's skill set. I'll tell you that. Prendy, highly, highly educated. That's 2 kicks that have put immense pressure on. That's unfortunate.
Number 10, Charlie Tector.
Coming onto the pot now is Temi Lasisi. Ex-Irish under 20, just 21 years of age. Big prop forward. Coming onto the park for some valuable game time in these final 3 minutes here. Tusayan to throw. But Andrew Cole says, hold on. It's a very exciting referee, up and coming, 27 years of age. Thomas Connolly leaving the park for Lasisi.
Connolly's been impressive as well. Physical.
Javier Eichmann with the take. And Clemente Saavedra. Well, he's been really impressive as well, James. Outstanding in a losing cause. And Varkin.
Yeah, I don't think you can question the desire from Chile for sure. Maybe not quite there in terms of the technical side of the game just yet. But I mean, this is an awesome building block for them leading into a World Cup for sure.
So Leinster 6 tries so far in this fixture, looking for the 7th try. John McKee, Deeney with the take. John McKee is at the back. That's where he loves to be. John McKee at the back of a rolling maul. Although he's losing ground. McCarthy, and it's been intercepted.
Great read.
And here come Chile. Barreras with the intercept. And Fernandez with the carry. And Santiago Videla. It's a good recovery by Leinster.
Great scramble to get back to the boys, get to their points. Scott Penny being able to come off the line there with Sean O'Brien.
Milesi. Videla. Varken. That's another scrappy pass. And Chile, well, they've got about a minute left here and they have to go in excess of 80 meters. But they do have the ability, that's for sure. Perhaps a final chance. But they go for the hoof. Taken by Colin Hogan. He'll be satisfied with his performance off the bench. Player who was schooled at Glenstore Abbey. Charlie Tector, Prendergast, back to Tector. Great fluidity. McCarthy. Cormac Daly, the Clontarf man, to Aitzol King, another Clontarf man. McCarthy. Lasisi. McCarthy, Tector, Prendergast, Cosgrave, Colin Hogan for Andrew Smith. He's already scored a try in this fixture. Good meters gained, and Martin Sigren, the skipper for Chile, with the tackle. Brian Deeney. Shown great courage, Chile. The defense has been much better in the second 40.
Prendergast looks like he's got just so much time on the ball there. Good interplay between backs and forwards. Short runners coming, putting people away into space. Andrew Smith again up that left-hand side, showing his footwork and speed. Looks like we're coming back for a no-arms tackle. Three guesses of if this does go out into the River Dodder. From 3 guesses what they'll do from the maul.
Been successful with 2 rolling mauls so far, Leinster. Opening 2 scores through Lee Barron, who's off the park. John McKee, placement hooker. Scored plenty of tries for Old Belvedere in the 2021-2022 AIL season. Daly, and that's loose. Sean O'Brien. And it's all fizzing a bit here at Energia Park. Cormac Daly is not happy with something. Just a bit of handbags. Khafia Ashman as well, the number 5, not happy. And that just shows how seriously this fixture has been taken. And Peter Martin having to dismantle that. And that is full time at Energia Park. A historic day. It's been the first ever time that the national side of Chile has played in Ireland. Leinster 40, Chile 3. Leinster with 6 really good tries. Charlie Tector converting 5 out of the 6. Chile just with the 3 points in the opening half through their fullback Santiago Videla But James, firstly, thoughts on that game, and give us a player of the match from Leinster and as well from Chile.
Yeah, obviously the scoreline probably doesn't reflect the intensity of the game. Leinster, obviously, I guess one of the traits that you could say that we have is that we are clinical. We definitely matched them physically, which is probably an area of the game which, you know, we could have been nervous, obviously with a very, very young side. The defensive line was led by Sean O'Brien, Deanie, Boomer, he's my boy, and obviously great facilitation by Charlie Tector, obviously complemented by Prendergast as well. The Chileans are absolutely going mental here. It's been great support. I guess for Leinster, I've said his name multiple occasions, but Boom has definitely been someone who's impressed me. Coming from club rugby, getting an opportunity and really putting his hand up. And then, you know, you look across the Chilean side, the starting 10, Diego, showed some great footwork and had a very, very good defensive effort off the back of some Leinster attacks, so he'd be my player of the match.
Well, Leinster 40, Chile 3, and although convincing winners in the end, it's also been a really good performance by Chile, and they've got a lot of support out here at Energia Park, and also in this fixture they've added a lot of young talents. 4 players in the match day side have not played for Chile yet. They don't have caps for Chile, and they're building some valuable experience after this end of season tour, which started off with 2 A games for them in the Rugby Americas trophy, which they won when they beat Brazil 15 and Canada 15. They were really, really impressive. They then were really competitive against Romania. They were actually 17-0 down at one stage, and the final score of 30 points to 23. And then against Tonga, another bruising battle. Tonga winning that one, but Chile also doing really well. And then coming here, blooding some talent. And for them, it's been, James, it's been such a crazy year, especially with qualifying for the Rugby World Cup. No one saw that coming, and that all started off when they played against Canada in 2021 in a 2-match series, one on aggregates. And then you talk about, just imagine being in the setup for Chile, that victory against the US, because that was also on aggregates. In the second game in Colorado and in Infinity Park, they were 19-0 down. And to come back and win that game and go to the Rugby World Cup, it'll be their debut in September next year. And you can see their supporters, they're going to be a fan favourite.
Yeah. Oh, the supporters here have been absolutely brilliant. In fairness to Chile, like I said earlier, the score doesn't reflect the side that they can definitely be. They've got a year to really knuckle down and get these fundamentals really, really sorted, and I don't see why they can't be competitive coming into their first World Cup. As you can probably hear in the background, the supporters have been immense. I didn't know that there was that many Chileans obviously in Dublin. Hugely passionate, physical side, set piece, scrum time, winning penalties, you know, on another day when they get their line out sorted and get that rolling maul. I mean, the size difference between the 2 packs was immense. It was unfortunate they couldn't get that going, and you know, coming into the World Cup, yeah, they've definitely got an opportunity to do something really, really special.
And that's all from us here at Energia Park in Dublin, Ireland. Leinster's next game in the United Rugby Championship is against Glasgow Warriors at home at the RDS. Thank you very much for joining us.